Good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you're watching today. If you are interested in the power of belief, stay tuned because I'm going to be talking about that today. First of all, let us understand what belief means. So the power of belief, in order to attract it in the right specific way into your life and to attract what you want into your life, let us first understand what belief actually is. Belief is the creation of some sort of thought process in your mind due to past events that have happened in your life that have ingrained a specific belief system of what now you know to be true. So for example, if you grew up in a household with two parents that are divorced and you've never experienced that kind of love, you might believe that love doesn't really exist, that love isn't really something that is real. And that is valid to believe that based on the way you have grown up. You might have grown up in an environment where people commit crimes in order to survive. So you start to believe, in order for me to survive in this harsh world, I need to commit crimes. Also a valid way of thinking due to the kind of environment that you grew up in. Then, as an adult, you might have started a business, believing that your business will be successful, but then your business fails. So now, you may believe that I am no good as an entrepreneur. This is an ingrained belief that you have set towards yourself. And at this specific point, it's true because that's what you believe. In your reality, that is what's true. What do you need to do in order to change this? It's to come to the realization that everything that happens in your life happens in a way as a stepping stone towards the path that you're supposed to take. So because you have grown up in an environment, for example, where crimes are the way of survival, what if you change this and then you started to believe people that commit crimes are never happy? And so therefore, you say, I'm going to pursue happiness. And so you change your method of belief based on that little shifted reality that you decided to make. Or if you have grown up in an environment where your parents didn't love each other and then a divorce happened, you take it as that's the lessons that I've had to learn through my parents of what I need to not do in order to have a successful relationship. A successful, loving relationship. They've set the things for you that you shouldn't do, and they've also given you an idea of what you should do in a relationship in order to have a loving relationship. So that's just like you shifting your reality in order to see things in a different light. See, the thing about belief is that belief is attached to emotions. So if you believe something, you feel something. So in order to attract the things you want into your life, you need to start first by changing your beliefs. These are hardwired programming that is available within the mind that you need to change. I like to use the example of a dog and its tail, because there's an Arabic saying that you can't make a dog's tail straight. If you hold it for 10 hours, it's bound to get bent again. So it's kind of like the wiring in your brain. This is stuff that has been ingrained through years and years and years and years. You don't realize, you're probably not consciously aware that you are thinking of these things over and over and over again, but it took years to build. So you need to deconstruct this programming and rewire your brain in a different way to think differently. One of the things you can do is every time you are consciously aware of these thoughts, is that you use the word cancel, stop, or you consciously think of the opposite. I don't believe in love. I do believe in love. Crime is the way to success. Clean work is the way to success. And so on and so forth. if you catch my drift. But it has to be like a repetitive thing that you do day in and day out. And you know what? As soon as you start to consciously become aware of your thought process, you're going to be like, oh my God, this has happened 1,000 times in one day where I've been thinking in such a negative pattern. A great other method that you can do is every single day, as soon as you wake up, you write exactly what you want to change. If I want to change the thought process I have of crime is the way to success, and I want to change that into ethical work is into the way of success, then I have to keep on writing. I believe that ethical work is the way of success. Because when you write this kind of sentence in present tense, and then you write it 100 times, then you are training your brain to think in a different process. So jumping around a bit here, do you believe that you have unsuccessful relationships? You have unsuccessful businesses? What is the common denominator in all of this? My friend, you are the common denominator. You are. And when you accept this as it is, that is when you can make the changes. Because all the changes you need is not in the outside reality. It's in your internal reality. It's within you. It starts from here. So if you can make these changes, then guess what's going to change? Your outside reality is going to change. The minute you change your belief system, your hardwired brain patterns, as soon as you start to change this, then your emotions towards it will change. Emotions are a vibration. It's a frequency that we emit outside of us. So if we can change these emotions, then guess what's going to change? We're going to start to attract now what we believe in. Then we're going to start to attract that into our life. Have you seen a situation where I'm going to actually use myself as an example here? So I have truly believed for the longest time that girls automatically do not like me. Females do not like me from the get-go. This obviously has happened from some experiences that I've had in my life. I meet them, they don't like me. So then I started to believe that this is a reoccurring pattern. I went to a yoga studio and I was going to do 2 yoga classes back to back. I did the first yoga class and, some other girls were also going to do the class back to back. And they were next to me waiting for the next yoga class to start. And they were strangers to each other. And they had a discussion about some stuff to do with yoga. And so I intervened in the conversation very nicely. And I was just sharing my opinions and whatever. So one of these girls, literally, she looks me up and down like this. And then she continues just talking with the other girl. So I'm like, what was that? But then I was like, this is a pattern I always face, whatever. A minute later, one of my friends was going to join the second class. She walks in and she's like, hey, how are you? And everything. I'm like, yeah, good. And then that girl who looked me up and down looks at her and she's like, oh my God, I love your yoga outfit. I'm like, why the hell does this always happen to me? I know I have a resting bitch face and whatever, but there's nothing I can really do about that. I was being nice with you. But see, this is my hardwired thought patterns and belief that attracted such a situation to me. So if I work day in and day out repetitively to change this pattern I have, this belief system, I would feel differently when approaching people and when speaking to them. And then I would attract different things because that energy is emitted outwards. It's a naked, invisible energy that I'll start to attract the same kind because it attracts each other, right? If I feel that this world is a kind, loving place, then I'm going to start to attract such experiences within my life because it's like a magnetic force. But if I'm going to sit there and believe females don't like me from the get-go, guess what I'm attracting? Females that don't like me from the get-go. That's the kind of experiences I'm having. So that's why it has to start with me first. And if I can make those changes within myself, that is when my outer reality is going to change. You also need to stop trying to control your outer environment. If I just do this and this and this, then everything is gonna change. It's gonna make me feel better. Like I'm in this relationship, but if I can just change X, Y, and Z in him, then we're gonna have a great relationship. That is you not accepting the relationship, the other person for what they are. If you can't accept it, that's you trying to control the situation. So you need to accept things for what they are and decide, if this is not for me, I'm gonna peacefully move on. No arguments, no long texts, no negative emotions. I accept it for what it is. And it's not for me. So bye-bye. That is what I have for you guys today. The power of belief. If you can change your beliefs, you change your energy. If you change your energy, then you're gonna start to emit this frequency into the universe and attract the things that you deserve in life. This is the laws of the universes, guys. The universes, there's one maybe there's parallel, who knows actually. This is the law of the universe. It's solid truth. It's solid truth. If you can practice this equation, guess who's winning in life? You are. This isn't easy work. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of dedication, a lot of persistence and commitment from you. Nobody else, you. But I'm telling you, if you do this every single day, you're gonna see the difference. You have to. You can't not see the difference. It's gonna happen. It's just gonna be like magic. Have a good day.